Angry, upset, scared. Like a lot of people, I find myself angry and upset and scared about various things at the moment. And in times like these, we've always had a way to express that. The problem is, apart from the fact that it doesn't actually solve many problems, this also doesn't always make me feel any better. Sometimes actually a little bit angrier. And while anger is sometimes the correct response, I also feel like I need to feel something else, something a little healthier for me. A couple of weeks ago, I found myself doodling these guys on a frustrating commute. They're all giving the middle finger, sometimes multiple middle fingers, and I think they might help. I'm going to make a middle finger puppet so that my expression of rage can also have something else. Whimsy. I'm actually trying to cut down on the stuff that I keep around just because I think it might be useful someday. But I actually have a tube that'll make a good base for the puppet. Obviously it's too long, but how long should it be? I don't think it should be any longer than the top of the finger. Look. Yes, that's a hand. It just needs to sort of sit on that middle knuckle. Because if it goes down any further, it'll interfere with the other two fingers on either side, and that will distract from the raw power of giving someone or something or whatever the hell a billionaire is, the middle finger. I'm covering it with foil mostly to give the polyclay something to stick to, but also because I don't want the government sending messages to my finger and controlling it. Imagine the damage they could do if they got hold of my middle finger. I don't want to become some kind of middle finger sleeper agent, going about my business when all of a sudden I just start flipping off innocent bystanders as part of some kind of elaborate false flag situation. Obviously, his little hands also giving the finger are vital. That part triples the fingering. Yes, whimsical, but also incredibly powerful. So it's back to the collected piles of stuff I have to fish out wire for armatures to make those middle fingers slightly more robust. They're not going to stand up to gunfire, but they should be fine against a light breeze. There's no ads, just this. Although you can like and subscribe, or head to my website and buy some nice t-shirts and things. But no, there's no ads, just banana. I didn't film curing this guy in the oven or undercoating him. Honestly, undercoating is my least favourite bit. It's boring. But this is where I'm splodging black around the parts that I think need some kind of shadow drop. It helps to tone the colours I'll put on top of it. Oh, yeah, about colour. I really like colour, but I'm not always confident about what colour I'm going to paint things. So I think like a lot of people who make stuff, I tend to resort to using the same couple of colours over and over again. Example: teal and pink, teal and pink, teal and pink. Sometimes it's acid green, but yeah, it's usually some form of teal and pink. But this time I went for red. And pink polka dots. I have a soft spot for polka dots because of that ultimate agent of chaos from my childhood, Mr. Blobby. The eagle-eyed among you will notice that the accents are pink and teal. But I think it looks good. Still, it's like a disease. Anyway, these detail bits are always my favourites. It's meditative. I can get lost in them. By the way, I've been thinking this type of puppet needs a name. There used to be a kids show in the UK with finger puppets called Finger Bobs. The puppeteer actually drowned one of the puppets in a cup of coffee at the end of the series. This is what entertains British kids. So I think I'm going to go with Fingleburbs. Fingleburbs. Tell your friends. Next is a little inking. I honestly don't think the type of pen you use matters all that much, but I personally like Tombow pens. They give you a nice fine line, but you can also get a sort of brush effect. And for these type of projects, they actually stand up pretty well to uneven surfaces. A few finishing touches. And here he is, in all his glory. But does it work? Let's be scientific about this. Control. With Fingleburb. There it is. There's the whimsy. The rage is still expressed, but there's a whimsical coda, and it feels good. So now I have a tool to use whenever the need arises. And it arises a lot lately. I get to say fuck you without fucking myself.